Hello. I want to take just a few minutes to discuss a case of a record that you might expect will not exist anywhere in Alma, but turns out, in fact, to exist. By way of illustration, that when you see a photostat card marked withdrawn, as this one is, it doesn't follow immediately that no record exists. If we take a moment to look at these cards, we'll see that we have evidently two cards recording separate records for the same work, Body, Mind, and Sugar, published in 1951 by Henry Holt. Let's start by searching for this title under this NLM call number, WK880A2B 1951. We do that, we'll find a bib record for this work. When we look at the holding statement, you'll see that there is an offsite record corresponding to this NLM call number. I'll copy the Hollis number, paste it, and here is the record. You can mark this as BML, as I've done. Having taken care of this photostat card, we can then consider whether there is a record in Alma for this card corresponding to this T call number, T2380. Well, we know that we didn't see any holdings record for that call number under this bib record for the work. And we can try searching on that call number, T2380, but that isn't going to pull up a record. For those of you who do not have access to Alma directly, this is the end of the line for your search. However, if you do have Alma access, you can go a little further. Once again, I'm going to copy the Hollis number for the bib record for this work, search on that, pull up the record, I'm going to click on holdings, and then we see records corresponding to each of the photostat cards. Here is the holdings record that we've already dealt with, and here is a suppressed record in the general collection under that call number. So if you were to come across this having access to Alma, you could then do as I have already done, which is to create an entry in the additional photostat items here at line 554 for this additional copy. And what I've done here, of course, is to copy and paste information from the bib record for this work. And I've added a note indicating that this holdings is a suppressed record and it is marked as withdrawn in the photostat book. So I say this to point out that it doesn't necessarily follow that when you see a photostat marked withdrawn, that there is no record corresponding to it. It's still worth running a search if you can. And as I said, if you don't have access to Alma, then you're not going to be able to take that additional step that I took. In that case, what I would suggest is that you go ahead and add an entry. If you don't have Alma, you would add an entry for this photostat in the additional photostat items, but you wouldn't put a holdings location because you would have no way of looking up the holdings location unless you have access to Alma. But nevertheless, you could enter the rest of the information in the additional photostat items record as I have done.